Huh? Thank you. Kaya ilo tama ko mga faitai. Go live. How nice to come back from church. There's food on the table. Hi, Ate. How are you? Okay, and you want to see me? Here am I. I'm eating, people. Look, I'm in my nightgown. I just came back from church. And you want to see my food? This is what I'm coming back to. Look at it. So my... Kaya nga fuerte kole holo.
Mississippi.
Có ý phọt quá. Ito ba yan? May pepper. Okay, everyone. How is your day? I haven't been doing this for a long time, but it's fun to talk to you guys. Hi, everyone.
It's fun.
Those of you wondering, I'm eating green banana, boiling it. Katake o te interfere like little bit of salt and lamb. This is you know, ribs, lamb ribs or whatever. I'm eating. I have only an hour left before I go to work. So, like I said, it's always nice to come home to someone who is willing to cook warm food, fresh, you know. Today we talk at church about there were a few things at church. We were talking about our branch president have been released today, and he has been on that position for I think 9 years or 7 years, approximately. By the way, He has been released today, and they called a new one. It was amazing how you see how the church moves on, and it never be a conflict, to decide who will be the next president. The church I belong to is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We believe in revelations. And so the state president have revealed that and called through lots of prayers and sacrifices in order to get the right person. And so through work and experiences and all that, they came back with the result they called President Schaefer, who was a state president in the past in somewhere else. I think Vancouver. He was a state president somewhere there. And now he's been called the new one. And someone who just moved in, they were at the branch or the church, and they moved somewhere else, and then now they just moved back. And so, and the other assistant, it's a miracle to see him walk again and to live. He was in a coma, I think, and now he is walking. And so that's a living witness of God's movement, and that's a miracle. So those guys are being the president for the new branch. And this branch, it has been here since 1968. It hasn't become a ward. So in order to become a ward, there are certain numbers of priesthood or certain numbers of members in order to have a ward. But this branch is mostly visitors, and they're mostly like government workers, like marine, militaries, or hunters and fishermen, and some of them are retirement people. So majority of these people in this area, they are either to reside or they are just coming for a job and then they move on. So what I have experienced at church today, that the church, we don't have to decide or vote who will be the next president or the next bishop. The president of the state have that key, and they have the revelations through lots of prayers in order to find out who is the next person. And totally we embrace and we sustain our new branch president today. It was amazing. So that's my experience, and that's my witness that the Lord is still talking to us through his prophet, that's his mouthpiece, and from the prophet to the state president, and the state president to the smallest unit of the church. And so that's what I experienced. And at Relief Society, we were talking about getting onto the mark, or our target. Where are we heading for? We believe in family as a unit that will help us move closer to God, and we would like to invite everybody to come unto Christ. So that's what I have experienced at Relief Society. And I know that there are times we make mistakes. That's what I love about it. I experienced that despite what we do every time in life, there is always room for improvement, and that's why we go to church every Sunday, is to partake the sacrament and to renew my covenant with the Lord, so I can be better myself from today moving forward, instead of torturing myself on my negativity and my shortcomings. So therefore, that's why I'm excited. I always go to church to refresh myself, boost up myself, and to have new goals so I can enjoy the rest of my week. Therefore, walk joy. And come home, there's food on the table. Great thing about it, we are not perfect, okay, excuse me. That's why I love going to church. My husband always wakes us up every morning. Get up, it's a drag. We are more like tractors for Barry. He will always go around every morning, knock on each door, trying to get us up so we go to church. And to myself, my experience, I hate it because I have to go to church. I have to dress up. I have to wear this and this. Certain clothes, certain standards. But you know, every time I step into that chapel, I just feel enlightened and edified. So, never regret it going to church. It's a place where you begin. It's a place where you set commitments. It's a place where you feel freshened, you know. Those of you who are watching, Mama TAUKEI. Just to let you know that that's how my Sunday goes. And as a person who is working, I work for criminal justice and correction facility. I have to get myself, feed myself, make sure I am fit to endure my job and to endure what I do. There's a reason why I work in this place, is to transform lives and just to at least touch someone's life who have made criminal act, and they are here in this facility where I take care. And I love doing what I do, even though sometimes it's so hectic and it's so violent there. But I embrace it. One thing I want to share is that I saw AFIMEIMOUNGA's video. For those of you who are Tongans, og tau siofe for film na usio for film afi, pa ngawe ko no fai. Ngawe ko fai ko ngawe me kakai pehe. Kawe he kakai ko ngawe mo nauto. To hear someone who come out and admit what he has done, it's amazing. You know, people will judge him because they don't know what he's going through. As an addiction, as an addict, you always become an addict. If Afi is listening to me, I salute you. I like what you're doing. And Tonga needs that. They really need someone who is a dealer and who has been a drug addict person coming out and admit what he has done, you know. Ko pioneer ya ki he FAITO'O FAITO'O KONATAPU ko ngo tangata na alcoholic. Piana na o ha me ai treat many people nga hi fralere ko no atamai. He ko tempe te take good drugs. Most all of us take drugs. We do Talanoa, we follow Panatolo, ko ngai FAITO'O. Mahino, pa wai u FAITO'O o TAUKEI he kanita pe fare koloa, pa wai FAITO'O he kai ke tuk noa e mai e fare volo. Ai au tuku mai he toke ta ake ne prescribe pe ko ni hanga tohi mai lai pe pa ke ta release, authorizing us to get it. In reality, ko kakai ko ne o kuna wifi marijuana mo na franga e FAITO'O KONATAPU. I go taui de vaia o illegal because they get my to prescription or I'll be a prescribe in their own by getting it. So go talanoa leva ki ai ke tangata kon koaf me MAHU'INGA. Come from a goodly parents. I know this child and I know him. He comes when yung matua kakaya ngalele malohi him. Siasi mamunga pea ko kakai lele apito eni na wako ilele tamsi ko eni, and so he make his choice, and that's what it is. We teach correct principles and let them govern it, and that's who we are, parents. Ko tau fonga parenting ia. I heard a lot of talanoa FEKAU'AKI motonga he FAITO'O KONATAPU. Come on, people. You are just and those of you who follow noa ia FEKAU'AKI panatolo or follow lahiang e HONO fonga Koe drugs ia, koe whaangai tae totonu ia oe whaito'o KONATAPU. O ku tau folo kotoa e ngai fo ia kau ko ia ka ko hono uhinga o kuia i ko whaito'o KONATAPU ia whonga hala. Kono uhinga he koe peni ihe wo ia folo tavare, folo noa ia. Ko loa peke ni more ai e he ia mo nong mo hela ia. Folo ko hinga koe lahi e ue sia atamai. Koe taimi o huma mapapuloka. So for those of you who are watching in Tonga NGAUE'ANGA, I am fully 100% in supportive of him. Let alone any mistake, that's his choice. But I do appreciate hataha i he mala e kono ko iai o ko iloi ko me e ok fai. Ko ngāua me kakai hange ko AFIMEIMOUNGA. Pea koe tāpua kia ke hataha o ku step in o admiti kia tautolu. Ko ia ko toko taha o atiki, pea o kune tila, pea kune cell, pea o frontline. Ko kakaya o fiukumia he kau polisi mo kakai whatotolo lahe fonuani, ha kakai ke nau admiti mai ai o mea whai. He ko hinga he ko kakaya ko he ke nau lantolo admit. So I believe Afi is changing and he is willing to change. And that's when, if tāno ke pioneer, Pioneer koe o e addiction o e treatment ni koe ongo tangata toko ua na ana a uki he inu pia na alcoholica pia I kaike na to e lava o mapure inaua. Pia na ana tui o tua. Because that's the difference. Angepe ko Afi. He believed there is a God, and that's the goodness. There is a supreme power up there that he believes in. And so therefore it's very vital for us. And I think we need to know in Tonga, you guys are lucky, you guys are blessed that someone like AFIMEIMOUNGA step up and admit what he's doing, and you will get a lot. So, ko prevention leva o tau unu ki ai. Aleva mena fai he o tangata pioneer, they use e na tui otua, ke na whau ake polokalama o kuui ko e AA, pe ko e Alcoholic Anonymous. He? Ayo koe addictionia. Ayo koe kakaia o kunau hange ko Afi, koe kau alcoholic, koe kau wifi marijuana, kau wifi cocaine, any kind of FAITO'O KONATAPU, koe kakai ko ia, o kunau whakataha rewa nau tolu, o share e nau whenga koe ke nau ririu. So, ko tonga whie ma urewa gea kulupu pehe. Kono ngā ke huat ki ai e kakai koe na, pea oku confidentiality. Pledge ia I he whonuani, you cannot admit, but if you hear hataha, for example, I know some people will say, na totonge ave kau policy, no. In a treatment world, you can talk about things inside the treatment group. It stays there. Las Vegas rule. You know, Vegas rules, what happened in Vegas stays in Vegas. When you go into a group like that, you are allowing yourself, people like AFIMEIMOUNGA, to speak up and speak up freely. Meaning, they cannot be, if you hear, now admit, because you are allowing them to vent and bring it out. He kuia he ngāue koe ni wheitu koe o e lao, o e mau lao, pero wheitu koe ni o e whaprofessionare koe ai, kakai pehe ni tila mo e kakai une whakaonga e rea koe te ringa, une whakaonga e ha, India kula. Ai au koe, kuia e au he mamani koe ni, ue au ke whanki papi, ke whanki kuri. He ka pau frontline e lewa Afi, o kulahi no urea ki ai koe rea koe mea kui koe scapegoat, ai koe hero, o koe mea ni ihi koe enabler, ai koe ngahi ngoa ia I he polo kalama ko eni o e whalerei atamai ke kau FAITO'O KONATAPU. Ka pa ia kulupu pehe Tonga, if someone is qualified to do that, that is the best place where Afi can share and vent all his, and he comes to the platform of social media to vent and to admit, which is a huge step. And we need to keep on encouraging him to come up and come up front and share that. So I think you guys are going in good direction. Going na kukamata. Neongo na elongo ni ihi tokolahi I Tonga. Ka oku hoko e nau ha uko e na oha. E na umai ko admiti, hanga he tamasio admiti, ke ai, it's a, ko hame ko triggers, ai ni ihi koe na e kei longo, Genau tu. Or maybe kapag mo ni lau, o wa kakai he pure anga me policy, it triggers those people to open up and start doing something to help him out. Even though nawongo ikilti, and that's what we need. And that's what ko kakai addiction need, there will be line, ko kakai loy lahi, ko kakai o kunau. Poto he whamatalate nau ilo erea ke whanongo ki ai. But when I watch AFIMEIMOUNGA, I think you guys are in good hand tonga. O ku kamata ke fofoa mai, ai mama, ki andi ihi o kwangeko frontline. If he's a frontline, you guys better listen to him and better help him out, because that's the only way you can get a hold of the shot caller or the uluifeke. Okay? So whatever lotu ihe polo kalama koini or Addiction Anonymous, o pehe, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the differences. So first, those two pioneers called Pop and someone else, Williams, I think, na ana use enatui otua, kena whakalere ake ki kulupu, o kui pia ke kulupu anonymous, pia ko hono lao o kulupu ko ya, ko hape mea o ke rea aki loto he kulupu stays in the group. He kai ke ave ko ke lao, he kai o kutapu ya. And I wish AFIMEIMOUNGA have a group like that. Okay? And I think, Afi, we can do a group online with you. And I really like you. I really like you because you are going to be a very huge, successful drug and alcohol world, because if you are admitting and you are letting go of what your use it has been doing to you, you are doing awesome. So when you are in a addiction group, you are not supposed to tell or to show or group treatment. If on one it's a confidentiality pledge, not to admit, not to be taken it out. What happens in Lakers stays in Lakers. What happened in the group stays there. So, what I'm trying to say, that you are in that group, so you're asking a supreme power. Doesn't matter what kind of God you have. It can be a shark, it can be a wind, it can be a dog, it can be God. You have a living God you believe in. To some people, they don't believe in God. But there is some supreme power or some people they look up to. And so with that power, it gives them the strength and the courageousness to speak up and open up. And that's, as a therapist, that's what you're trying, to get them released and vent out, just like Afi. People will talk about Afi, people will say, no. You guys should be thankful that he is speaking up. So God grant me the serenity, meaning you are asking for the power for serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. Kekehanga oha, kekehanga o accept o tari ai mea o ikai ke lava e koe o liriu. Sai tonga ko pau ke tau tari e tau tolu ai mea koe o koe ke tau lava liriu. Me, everywhere in the world, including you guys, Tonga, you have been having drugs in the past. Na tau fight mantu e marina at tapakatonga. I grew up and so my great grandpa or great uncle Fuapau, he planted tobacco in Tonga. Mahino ko nikotine ume akoya. Tau sio pe tau toluai. Pe ana ko konga lahe kakai wa tangata o mention AFIMEIMOUNGA. He is my uncle. Okay? Because cousin. Yes, that's my second cousin. Ason Felipe. So those things have been in Tonga for the longest time. But no one have the mentality or the mahino to admit, because we were looking for business. There is pros and cons of drugs. It's good. It's for the body. It's to help us. And it alters the functions of the brain. But when you use it, like Afi is saying, illegally using it, and imported to Tonga was just slow. It's a punch in the face now, but it was being there all the time. Okay? So, we have panatolo. That's drugs. It sounds like new to us because but like I said, like the pioneers of the AA group or Anonymous Addiction Anonymous, Afi can be a great leader. He can be a group facilitator or a co-facilitator of a group, and he can use his experience to help those young ones, and especially the youth. So, Tonga, you guys are good hand. Youth. If I were you, use that guy. Even the police department should use the Afi and create a group, a treatment group, and go for it. Since you guys don't have any addiction therapist there, use Mapapuloka. He is right there. He's a psychologist. Bring him out and certify him, use him. Because tonga heka kete po mga popula kita kate treatment because for one year ko pa getting the treatment even though ke ako metikolo mo ke ako heka ke help ko treatment ko pa ke license mo certify ko area ko ya. In Tonga it's a easy flow. If I were you, bring Mapapuloka, bring Afi, MAHU'INGA, AFIMEIMOUNGA HOLA. He is going to help you guys. You guys should count it as a blessing. Finally, or come up front. And everything Afi have been saying is true. And I trust him. So, Raki, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. So, ketautari ame ahekai ketaulava otoililiu. Haya. Tonga has drugs, period. It's in the ocean, it's up in the air, it's under the tree, it's in the house, it's in wherever. So there's drugs everywhere in Tonga. It's a small land. Come on. You put drugs at New Toa, then tomorrow it's gonna all over to Hatafu. Period. That's the reality of Taufonua. Second, serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Sai, ayat ke utari ke MALOHI mo ivi ke utari lele o kwai me ahe kaipe ke ulava e auha. Things that I can change. Ea me ate ulava pe o liriu. Kwanenai uraki power to accept the things I cannot change. Second, accept the things I can change. So for me, I can change e kai. See yo? O go for isino. Te ulava change, ke tu ke kai fu principi kakato. Ka kai pe pa ihe pe, but remember I'm eating. Como moko. If you can share this, share it into the groups. Because I want Tonga to listen to it. Kau ko ngawe ipilison. Tako ngawe kwai. Kono whakalere e atamai. Oi kakai peheni. Hange ko AFIMEIMOUNGA. Ko konga koula AFIMEIMOUNGA parne American. Mahino? Aya ko fika tolu. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. And the things I cannot, and the wisdom to know the things I can change, and the courage to change the things I can change, and the wisdom to know the differences. So there are three things you are asking for the supreme power in the addiction world. First, ke utari a mea he ke ulava o fetongi peliliu. Ua, ke utari a mea te ulava pe aliriu hangu talatu, ko foi sino, ko pau ke whakaholo, aia te ulava pe aliriu e kai. Kai ke ulava to aliriu, ai mea koe, o ke te ulava aliriu. Aia te tau aleva, tari e tonga, he ke nau to ulava aliriu, ko os i tonga ai ha. Ke nau to ulava change aliriu ko ia. O ku i tonga, o wherea ai FAITO'O KONATAPU. Ko FAITO'O KONATAPU, ko cocaine, classic ke he kush, okay? White, crack, okay? Fops, marijuana, meth, codeine, pa mo ila vai tae, Vai tae, ko e vai ia o kwa vetaha e haipa e tangata. Got drugs, yeah. Whakatuta maki. Anything with codeine, it's dangerous. He ko hinga ku alwa tangata o kumi ai FAITO'O KONATAPU, kono uhinga ko e lahi ai NGAAHI, me a whakaiongo, whakailoto mamahi o kuri e kina o mamahi. Too much pressure, stress, you know, and people tend to drugs to comfort them. And once you take drugs, it alters the functions of the brain, and that's how you act. You're in a la-la land. You act crazy. You act hyper. And sometimes some people are good. He kunau mohe, but kunau calm down. It calms them down. So in reality, can you warm it up, Leah, please? I needed it. Leah, I'm going to call online that you're taking my food. I mean, Leah, I need my food. Can you see people? My daughter just grabbed my food and take away. So I can change that. You know, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change by Leah bringing back my food. Can you warm it up for me, third girl? No. Leah, I really need it. I need to go. Please. That's not good. That's rude. Warm it up. Can you get some more banana, please? You see, my daughter just take my food. I cannot change it. She took my food, but now I'm asking her to bring back my food because it's rude. Anyway, but let's go back. So there are lots. Even kotonga mau'unga ia foki aiha. Mo ila o tau toi hanu tau tolke atwe ko kokei ni ko kokaya. He? Ko poppy plant o ko ha mea ko ia. O mea koe koe ke mau koe whakai ke wha mau i tonga. Ka mau mana tu e wha malu, te volo, ai ha koe a kau koe ngai foi bel, ai koe tonga. O ku wha ai nui a he whanki tō tupu he taimi ko o nau he i a ngeu nau mi. Whaka se se reo lere aki nduk whare mahaki. Tonga has been in drugs for so long. Okay? Why do koe uhinga ia o te tau tāfu ua, o te tau hohaa. What we need to do now is get the AFIMEIMOUNGA's information and help him promote addiction treatment. Okay? That's what you need to do now. And just to put the people who are dealing illegally and put it into jail, or maybe you have to charge them. Okay, thank you, Leah. Okay, don't take my food again. Okay, so God grant me the serenity to accept the things I can change. The serenity, the knowledge to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the differences. So, koe wisdom, pe koe mama, ke tau iloi, pe koe poto, ke tau iloi, ke he, o ha mea. And sometimes I apply that. Too many times at them go face ya ha whaingataa. Pa wa hata hau tau sio he Facebook ka. Again, ang ai platform ko ni ai Tongans dragging Tongans. Eh? So it's sad that you see our own people human. And I'm talking about human. And as a Tongan, as Tongan, Samoan, Irish, you know, that's my blood. And no one wants to push someone up. No one wants to praise someone's work. There are great workers. I see a lot of community work online. You know what? It's very nice to see. And I'm proud of those people who have done miraculously and they are enduring in that part. And it's beautiful because they are helping Tonga. They are OMAI ngai container a Tonga, Fratawatu. Those are good work to do. Okay? There is pros and cons. There is Lesieli H Tutuu. Ko hono kovi, te meni te tau tae whaitotonu ka pahe ki tau tokanga. Ko hono lerei o ku tau tokoni ai ko tau kakai. And at the same time, ko koe o ku ke ona CEO, pe koe ona, you are helping yourself too. That's your job. And also you are employing people. MAHU'INGA. Pe ko kita ku te pure ki te community, pe ko te laiseni. Wairewa ni ihi, o ku nau business mo nau tolu, o ku nau humai o ta, okay? O ti bud or whatever. It's their own thing. What I'm after is why can't we embrace each other? Why can you run a program? I'm teaching my son to do business very young. Pagkatawang fatonga fakamaha ko ake tauha. Ko ke raise fund hata. Raise fund. Ko raise fund ip tawe to ko we ahem le fatonga ke konseti mo lulu. They are all in the same method. So I taught my son very young, 9 years old during this pandemic, get online, put on a co-fund, and it has to be my name. He go FOFOLAHI go yoke underage. Put in my name. And my very first impression that I my gold fund to help out MAUMAU'I tonga. Api ko my family. It was offensive to some people. And I understand, because we don't want anybody to know Taukore. But so what? Business, and they're doing it all right. And people are willing to help. And people donate. But when it gets to my own, that's what I mean. Embrace. How go AFIMEIMOUNGA rea mai ko ya ko truck tiki front line ni alo TALANOA son Filipe moya. You know, mate son Filipe. Ko au ko son Filipe kon fakai ko pas. Ko familia. Ko fai. For a reason, for a good, pros and cons. Good drugs, it's good. It's good for you, kotasino, que time tau mamaki, talelat meta foi panatolo folo. O kukovi he time go alwaya mereia precauzione o folo tavale foi panatolo que sua saiti peta ona kita. Musio? Kono kovia. Ko hono lerei ko temo ulanga uluai mo tau puke ko ni ha. He koviti, hai fare e toketa, talanolo, peko panatolo ye tonga. There's goodness, there is badness about it. Ko pedi, I time go utau use ha negatively. Fa ngai hala yai. Aya ko me go fie MAUMAU'I people embrace each other. Come online and run your program. If I really go fenga ma upeke neutral ke kau. There are lots of friends of mine online now. I don't know he ko me go beautiful ia he alke church. Kung hanga fatu to lau Malie ke te focus pa te hanga noa pe I positivi. Ko awe te ula pe post o negativi, hawa negativi. Ka ko te hoko ma pe tau tui o tua, ko mea ke tau ha. Amanaki ka mea to le rei yange, mo mea ke whakanonga, ke taimuk tau whainga tā ai. I ene pehe, mo po moti pe mo poupou I AFIMEIMOUNGA, ki he kau whare are amo ni ihi konei tonga. Bring e ki tama, hold on to him, even a policy. Bring him in. Run a program that AFI can host. I wish na aku tongana so I can run those treatment. But I can't because I live in America. Okay? Go certify he uta faaki katoa ko ya. Ya te ulava fai tokon he fai ko ya. Especially if MAHU'INGA tainimi ke fai a hono taofi. Prevention is better. He tainimi. Taofi ke o te na wala ke ai. One thing about the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, they have the youth program. And I am giving my heads off to the church members and especially the church leaders. Heads off to you. Me alerei e te nofo he whare o te mohe kwa ke te toi ilo I pek whē te whānau. He kum nau nonga, nau mohe because they don't smoke, they don't drink. Whawhē at mō tōlu, te pau ke whia ilo lahi, awe ho whānau ke programa youth e sias mamunga. It's free and it's for anybody who wants to live a better life and stand on a higher ground on a good standards. So, tau Facebook, move share to mo. Apau ke toko fit wha o kuashe tainimi. Can you share it? Share to the group, Patoa, and those. Spread this word. What the AFIMEIMOUNGA Tonga is doing, if I were you, Ote will threaten him. Get him. He will be the person then oatka mo tole mea ki whalere ia tongana. He ko inga he ko tama ko ia, o ke hea me he kuwhai au treatment ni, na te peke wifi au pe te win. Mahino? Ko hau ko atanga ko na ifi, he sell, he also deal, and he's the front line person. Paguya mani ko nga popula, ko snitch. O ku whana ia pa tamate ia, ai tahape he. Ko inga he kuke hanga o lava ki, ai timi. Ko tūnga whainga tau ki aia ma āwhi, pe a koutokanga, nā whai, ka ea palapare mai hoko ki ai u teke ne tala mai ulu I wheke. As ui he hen ko short collar. Ko taha ko hange ko ia, o kudau tamate ia nauto. You guys have to get him and support him and watch out for him. He ko ne whai ngā wererei, ko whaungaina ke mo ilo ai ai mea, ke mo whalerei I ai fo I loopholes o koko I tonga ko e marijuana, ko FAITO'O KONATAPU. Momentu I ko marijuana, o kusai, o maa ia. Ko no mere pe, uno fofoloa he sino, he kai ke fofoloa hao alu te ke tae tu mama o fofoloa, sometimes o ke fie kaia. Te whato ngai pe ho ki tahine po tamasi o pa unau, whao ngai e FAITO'O KONATAPU, tamek whaakai. Nena wal pana o mai to kai na mai hange hata ko na hiki pe kulere e to ha ia huke mo kulo o kai. You guys be careful. Let me ask for maanga because my time is running up. I'm almost going to work. FALA ki make ki kai hardly to get sippy here. Ta mai be me ki fai ai ne me fare koloa lan mata kayak. Angala wa afi ko front line. Ko tama ko wi ko ulu feke. Ai ko fu master. O ela ia he ne fu apfa fu off. O suti a pe to hola ne briefcase pa ko ne ka ngau. Taha ya ko fa longo taha ngalere. O pai ke ilo ke hataha. Pe he kai pe ke mo abanak mo to ko tamai. Ko me ke mo fenga I ke fai mo open up a AFIMEIMOUNGA o tala. He ko me alere ko nga information yung na o atu, it will help you guys. Ke mo fatonga I le pure anga ko ha fonga ke mo ta ofiai ai aluatu ta whakalao pe he a drugs reformua. Te lele o lewa te ringa ia mo inti a kula pe a mo mamo ai na iai mahalo AFIMEIMOUNGA. Now let them do fight dirty work. Ela pe fu pitaia. I don't have my classes on. So, very important. Ko ofat ke mata si malu ko Maria o afi. Ofat afi. Oh, I thought you're doing a great job and I'm so proud of you. I wish that your family and anybody who is watching you should support you. It's a tough chores you are doing. To come up front and admit what you have been doing with your addiction and admit what you have been doing. Every therapist and every treatment person will applaud you because you are being truthful. You have been a scapegoat. You have been a hero. You have been an enabler. You now, in an addict, you are admitting. And I can always say the prayer with you. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the differences. So let's embrace and hold on to him and push him. Those of you in Tonga who are thinking that, oh, he's crazy, he's doing, no. Oh, he is risking his life. And and he can be a very, he can be in, koe tu koe tainimi, ke kakai koe o kuna antai afi. He's in a very risky situation now. Ko ngā koe ne admiti mo ne tala umea koe ni ihe mamani o e kautila o tapu ia ke te tala. Ai ko na at le whaparangi ko snitch o whana ia te tamate. So I hope ka mo tolu ko ena he ngahi feitu mo ka nga api o afi mo tokoni. Pe mo tokanga ki if I were the police officers, you are going to take him to help you guys out. I have group treatment, pe I have mea ke mo kamata whalere o mai mapapuloka, he got it all. He have whalere mo programa. Because e hanga e mapa ako e motolo e ngā ue koe at drugs ki he uto e tangata. He o ka pau koe fo I time gon ko kai koe now, so can give it an example. This is a real example. Now I'm hungry. O wai kem kare he atamai o kui ko dopamine. He kai ke release ko time ko kai mo so ke kai. It's fato. Ko pe ko I fato mo. Taste. O mai me mui me he fereoko. E ngai ke kolo ko uto tu mo he. Tu pe fo uto ngai ta ko. O mai ki mo aki he. A dopamine. But how ke dopamine o ko pleasure ya. Ko ngo wifo. E pa pa tu wifo. Sai, ka pa na kumihi. Na snorted pe na huhui. Ha whahinga drugs ka te au. Ha me hoko. O pe kai aku ia. Iwa. Te kai. Kei fia pe ngano ia. Te ukaya o se fupleka ukei ha. Ha o pe dopamine. Ko mea ia kukovi ai FAITO'O. Ko hano hinga, he release dopamine unnecessary, tai uhinga. Na to tonga for release to taha pe he no whanatula, pe au fia, ko pleasure chemicals ia. Ko chemicale ia, ki he fia ko dopamine. But when you do drugs, okay, fia po hokai pe mea, o se pereti o tukwa tue ki hete, ko alke kulo, patemni o se paha tauto. Yeah. How high. By the time you can make decision, your frontal lobe cannot make decision because you're what? You're cuckoo. Okay, may siasi. So you need to what? You need to understand how the brain works and how the function of the brains are just the time you go okuke to fa o to ko ha kemikali ko sino na kai fie mai sino. He ko ngau fa na tula ko ai kemikali e uto ko ku kai pe ko e ku rak ma nga ko pe hatu. Ooh la la, if what, dopamine. But when you what? You do drugs? Release my yakutarang he neavea. Ko ina fa po ko ina. To o mai dopamine, to fe tuku ka me hoko. Fe tuku ka to mai dopamine ki mua o auha, pa ke kai e ko fukulo osi pa ke hai ai pe ko e. Ka me hoko. Mate ko na ai. Ko no hinga ko ha. You don't know how to control yourself because you are unconscious. Mahina? That's why okukovia FAITO'O KONATAPU. Pia o se kai ki mua, kai te hame mui ke te fit, te atu kai mai fetu mamui, ko hame koko. Hoko ho ita ke afu ke hame akai o hofi ho kai toho. Ho kai tamate, ho kai fuhu. Ko to taha ko FAITO'O KONATAPU ko to taha very angry. Very aggressive. Mo tolu kona mo winu, mo tolu kona mo wifi. Mo tolu kana kai nikotini ko to ngai ku na ga halang na to lang mai piki mo e tapaka. Ko ngai ho pi e na fai pi e na talu pe tau drugs tau tolu. Ko he neo ka to ko keini mo kush mo hafua o uhingoa ke whapalangi o mai. Ka mo ilo ai FAITO'O KONATAPU o ku killing mode lahi taha ko ol ka holo. I just want to share with that because I have learned a lot of alkelotu ahon. Ete fa piko piko ko te alkelotu. But when I go there, I'm being edified and enlightened. So come home and eat and see ko kai te osfiu. He. Ko to taha ko FAITO'O KONATAPU kono natulain. Ko tau pepe FAITO'O KONATAPU ko whakaukawi ka koe ke wholanoa ia fo i panatolo tu e talanolo. Ko tau whataha pe ko koe ke ngahi hopi ko koe o ke ha. Ol ka hori ka. It's my fault. Anything. It's a multicultural. It's a current event. And so you are not my boss. Go away. My food. It's my taunga. So what I'm trying to say, can I have some watermelon? Move it up here, hon. Can you put this away nicely for me later? Get me the thing. Get me the bowl here. I never give for me, eh? Daddy, put it away. I don't want any of you guys to touch my food. That's my taunga. Mo whanong ki ai? Ko e ke lahi e whai. Anyway. Whakaukang. Ko koego ke fo'o ke mama o e FAITO'O KONATAPU. Ko alpe ke kukolo i e fo i lea ke dopamine. Hey? Those are the chemical ki hot kit tau. Eh? Ka te ahme te fia ai, it comes. O hange pe tau foi uto ko tau mafu. Pamu pehe mafu e toto. Whawheunga ke whetu ke. I have 30 minutes to go. I have at least 20 minutes, then I'll get off. And when o pamu ai e hat ai mafu ai toto tu falerei ko tau konga tau sino. Pehe tof pe uto.
Okay.
Ko e uto pamu maari e pehe uto ai kemikare ki ka pau ko whelanga ki ko au ko arthritis, he? If I have pain here, what happened? O ku tala pehe ne avea ke uto o ko hingano o kulanga hono ta whaaki koe. Ha mea hoko, wai pe kemikare kui ko morphine, he? Release mai mei moi ki e kausotia ki mua tamai. O, avena ke ta whaaki koe o kulanga. Ko time ko toa piu te inua me i vai, pe ku te tukoe ko hotongu tu te follow ham whahinga fluids, o ku trigger a morphine to release. He? Aia ka time ko drugs ai au, pe au whelanga, ki o mea hoko. Ngā we tamari sotia MALOHI au e sino. Ngā wana tolu lakangia, ngā wana tolu hanga ko lockdown e sino ya. Fe tuku taware mai morphine, fe tuku taware mai ngai kemkare. Unnecessary. The body doesn't really need that. The body needs a naturally distributing. Hanga po tau mafu, release e plat VAHEVAHE. Ko me au hoko ai e ha pakalawa, me au hoko ai mat whafukwa, because the brain function is being altered. O kue sia ai atamai ai uto, pe koe ngahi kemikare o uto e nau ngawe, he time go ta ai drugs ko ta sino. Kono whaka tu utamaki. But not to forget, ko cocaine ko hafua u FAITO'O kon tau whaongai, o ko au ngai ke he treatment e toke tā a ko tau sino. I he whaonga totono. Pa kui ai mohono tos, o mai he toke tā. Ka ka time go ta ili kolo ai, he? O ta whai alu. Wai mea koe opioidi, he? Opioid. And nowadays in the world, we are in an opioid crisis because people are using a lot of it. Hey, anything like codeine. Why me we got Talanolo with codeine? I'm taking that at time go langai. So it's very important to know that people who are what? People who are struggling with body or physical disease, the doctors use those drugs to treat them. But not for you to illegally using it. You don't know how to use. Ko mea pēo whai, ko mea lahi whoki, e kau whaito'o KONATAPU o ku nau uia koe coping mechanisms. Aia ko hangea koe nau ki sotia MALOHI, pe ko hangea ha whakalerei loto, o ku nau teke fo i mihi e ki fo i kokeini, ko ngaka nau ha. Nau ongo i ku nau more atu e mamahi ba ongo sia. Koe ko whaito'o is for you parents who have children, listen to your parents. Ko whaito'o ia. Listen to your kids. He ko tawanga whakatonga. When I talk as a mother, you shut up. O koe ke toi rea mai koe ka te au. Tā puni hotu. I was a teacher for 22 years. And I am so ashamed. Nā taimi nai wha kau re kātara mai kau. You know, whakawa he raki 5 years ek whai ako. Nau whai ako tā. What a shame. Ko hao ko ako koe whanuani pa toi mahi nonga uto. I give credit ke ki whanau na ma klasi au. A whewheta o e nima koe apau toki whanongo ke whanau. Some of the parents don't care. He ko hao e re kai ke api ako. O ku tae su, pe o ku uri e wala, pe o kai ke kakato. I try to help out. Mātu a whanongo ko mo whanau. Ko taimi ko tau i he tau culture whakatonga, he taimi ni ihi. Ko rea poko a tamai, it's a must for you to listen, whether it's right or wrong, you just have to listen. It's not like that. You got to listen. Or else, ko whaito'o no ngā taha ki ho reka, he's gonna turn out ke kakai ko o now listen. And that's why o alai whanau he whanuani o kengi. O nau tolu ke he kengi, ko kengi ko ha. Ko kengi, ko family, it's a family where they feel belong. They feel o whanong ho nau ki peers nau toka nau tolu. Mo mahino? Whakahela tau tolo lotu he sāpate, pa tau hapato ki api o tā mo kai lai tau whanau. Doesn't work that way. I he tau tu kunga whakafonua, whanongo. Mātu a tamai whanongo ka mari. Mari whanongo ko whanau, o tamai whanongo ko mo whanau. Listen to your kids. There are times they want to share. But they mean... Ia mari whanong ka mari. Kau kaila mā peuri whanong ka mari. He kula hek tai whanong ki ai whaasai te ia. As mo me men. One thing I have learned as a mother is to listen. Like I said, I have 5 children. Ko tok fika nima, tok tonua ek whautu uta ko whae. FEKAU'AKI, FEKAU'A, whai pe au hok loto. Tarape mea ke whai, clean up. Tamahe ki tahine mami ko hela i au. Ko au ke ngawe ko fok mai ko smaa wharen. Ko hau ko te ke maaha me ko kalanga, ko e tā, ko e lau, ko e kape kape. It doesn't work that way. E aho e alu e tama, ako turn ko hono ki peers. Alu e turn ko hono ki best friend. Ko ki tamasi, ko ki tahine, ko ha mea hoko. Kei ke lava shea mai ka au. Peka i kai, e alu ia aho, o mahani foi kokeini, ke ne folo. Ke taim ko talanoa tua ia ai, ko hai pe ia, o happy mode pe ia, ko ke tokanga mea ka. Mahino? So, why I share that? Because I have seen it with my own eyes. O ko sioa, ipirisone, he whanau e ka kaile rei whanua. Pea o ki kai ke whakaanga e au e rea a mafi, a AFIMEIMOUNGA. A AFIMEIMOUNGA. Pea mo oni ne si ilau o kuia hano konga ona. Koe moko puna o kawhaloto. Koe tu o whiwhine o whiala kepa motu a. Ha an koe kuia a AFIMEIMOUNGA. Koe kau kolo motu a. Pea koe tamai ki wharewai. Aia koe ne kui ko seare hola. Koe ne whaerewa. Koe kakai ai e whitunga. Koe mea koko tokanga ki ai. There will be a time. O koe ke mo ila mo tolo o ku lotonga iai pe ai ki tap ia. Pe koe ki i ko dap, ko whanki mea e ko wifi e kaure kape una whaonga ai. Ko ana ko tourist o Tokolahi tonga, there are lots. Koe fuke ngai popula ma o feitoni ai marijuana. O ta ua taha pe au, you're allowed to get a green card and you can use it. So, kaya hagwhalei, ki tonga, mo ki mautolo online. Even in America here, toka nga iho whanau. Watch out. Kana lahi nofo e teknolosia, pa lahi nofo mao toko taha no loki. Check him out. OMAI ki tua. Whakatanoa ki ai. Do things together. Listen to them. Let them tell you their stories. There are times I don't listen to my big boys and my girl or go talk experience with my little one because I'm more experienced and more educated on my side. And now if I come to the house, it's a mess, so what? Sometimes this is the only time of MALOHI is home. And you have to make them belong and feel at home. So I want to tell you guys how much I appreciate you. I have listened. I watch a lot, eh? Okfani te alofanongo he ngahi tau ti peiti. O wai fefine ko tirila ko whaafanongo. I love the way she do things. Very smart. Wai toko taha ko Prim Lose. She's my friend. She is doing awesome. But I wish wai toko taha ko. I saw wai kulupu. O wai ko teacher. Ko tama ko Disney. O wai nau kulupu. O wai tahine ko whasio ko Valerina. O sio ai. O wai kulupu e taha o kuiai e. I watch them, but my whole issue is he's doing great. I love it when you guys are on this platform and sharing good positive stuff. Let's help each other and praise. Okay? Like I said, you can all do your own business, but make sure you are honest with what you're doing and you are not cripple up ho tau kakaipe. O whatu mo ngai fofonga, ko mo tolu koena ko mo whanongo kia AFIMEIMOUNGA, I promote and keep him up because that's one way Tonga can recognize o kia drugs i Tonga, but ko fonga ia spread awareness to prevent using drugs is to have someone who is not an enabling person, but he is coming up and admit he's using, is to help him. Okay? O what ka mo tolu, mo manatui ka pau ke wholanoa ia talanolo, you are abusing it. O ke kau mo kohe MAUMAU'I o lao o FAITO'O KONATAPU. O ka pau ke wholanoa ia pe, o ke wholo pe kohe taim kotoga ni kilanga, taim ni ife mau pe vai ke inu ke lahi, ke ne trika mai, ai taimi koe o kukeha. Whaingata ia, it will release morphine from the brains and it heals its own pain of the body. Okay? I love you all and may you have a wonderful day. Excuse me, I'm in my nightgown. Now I'm going to go get ready for work. Okay? Ofalahiatu. And this is my husband. He's Ve'ilo. His name is Lesieli H Tutuu from Haveluloto. Okay? Ofalahiatu and have a wonderful day. And from Niuat Fo'o. Okay? Peha kai ki eua, pehe mai ai ki kolokakala, tataka motonga. Pehe mai ki loto pangai, whanga ke kau whakahua. You know, makau ngā apipe. Anyway, I love you all and have a wonderful day. See you later. Bye-bye. And don't forget, be positive. The more you stay on the positive side, the more you create a great community. Love you all and have a wonderful day.